Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Sudhanshu Sir Classes. And in today's video, we shall be discussing the part 1 of Indian Constitution that deals with the Union and its territory. So, Article 1 says that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. When our constitution makers were drafting the constitution, they prefer to use the term union of states in comparison to the Federation of States. Why? For two major reasons. First of all, that the Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement among the states like the American Federation. You know that in America, all the states they agreed to come together after signing an you can say convention of Philadelphia in 1787. But in India, there is no such kind of an agreement that is signed between the states to form a Union of India. So that is the reason we don't prefer to use the term federation for the Indian Union. Indian Union is not an agreement. It is not a result of an agreement between the states. Okay, whereas in America there is a formal agreement. The second thing is that the states have no right to secede from the federation because there is no agreement, so no state has the right to move away, to secede, to declare their their independence from the Union of India because there is no agreement. So one can say India could be described as an indestructible union of destructible states. How? Because here the territorial integrity of the states are not confirmed because here the union has more power and union decides the territory of the different states. So at any point of time the Union of India can alter, can change the territories of the states. So that is the reason we can say India is an indestructible union of destructible states. You cannot destruct the union, but definitely you can destruct, you can alter, you can change the name as well as the territory of the states. Whereas in America, where there is a formal agreement, but there the union doesn't have the power to alter the boundaries of the state. They cannot do that without the consent of the states. Okay, so one can say USA can be described as an indestructible union of indestructible states. Okay, I hope it is clear. Article 1 clause 2 says the states and the territories thereof shall be as specified in first schedule. Article 1 clause 2 talks about the names and the territories of the India where it is mentioned in the first schedule. So name of the states are mentioned in the first schedule. Anyone who want to know how many states are there in India needs to refer to schedule number 1. Article 1 clause 3 says the territory of India. The term which is used, the territory, in Article 1 clause 2, what does it mean? Territory means the territory of the states. Territory means the union territories as mentioned in first schedule. Territory means any territory which could be acquired at any point of time in the future. So territory of India is a wider expression than the Union of India because in territory of India includes not only the state but also the union territories as well as those territories which could be obtained, which could be formed, which could be acquired by the India government of India at any point of time, whereas union of states is a narrow term where only the states, only the definite territory of the Union of India is included. Any territory which could be which could be acquired in future does not any territory which could be acquired by India in future is not usually included. Okay, so that's why we prefer to use the term territory of states. Okay, in order to govern the different states, for the formation of different states, different type of commissions were formed. First was the Dhar Commission. It was formed for the reorganizations of the states on linguistic basis. But when it was formed in the year 1948, it gave a very different recommendation. It said that the reorganization of the states of India should be made only and solely on administrative convenience and should not be done on the linguistic factors. So they rejected the formula of language as one of the as one of the medium, as one of the reason for the bifurcation of states. Then JVP Commission was formed in the same 1948 year, where Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel and Patabi Sitaramaiah were the members of it. They too officially rejected language as the basis of the reorganization of states. But protest broke out. Potti Sri Ramallu was the person who sat on the hunger strike and sacrificed his life. And then eventually, after his death, government was forced to carve the first linguistic state in India, that is called the state of Andhra Pradesh. So in 1953, the government of India was forced to create the first linguistic states in India, known as Andhra Pradesh. But and for the first time, a, a state is carved out specifically for a specific language of people. And then after it, different states were carved out on the basis of the language. For an example, Maharashtra is formed for the Marathis, Gujarat is formed for the Gujaratis. Okay, and you can say Kerala is formed for the Malayalis, Tamil Nadu is formed for the Tamils. So we have a series of the states. Then Article 2. Article 2 says that Parliament may by law, you can say, admit into the union or establish new state on such terms and condition as it thinks fit. So Parliament can change the name of any state. Parliament can include, can create any state, and union has the power to do so. And in the year, you can say, by the 36th amendment in the year 1975, a state was included in the Union of India, that is the state of Sikkim, because earlier Sikkim was ruled by the Chogyal. Then Sikkim became a protectorate state. Protectorate means officially it signed an agreement with the Union of India, and Union of India became the protector of the state of Sikkim to secure its defense and communication. But finally, in 1975, with a constitution amendment, Sikkim became officially a part of India. So here, center has the power to create any state at any point of time, because India is not a federation like that of America, where the consent of state is mandatory. Okay, next article, article number 3. It says formation of the new states. How new states are formed in India? See, Parliament can do plenty of things. It can increase the area of any state, it can decrease the area of any state, it can change the boundary of any state, it can change the name of any state at any point of time. So, Parliament has plenty of powers to do any kind of changes with the formation of the states, because in India states are part of the union, and our constitution is you can say unitary tilted. And here union has more number of powers in response to the states. Okay, I hope all these things are clear to everyone. And in order to do so, in order to change all these things, the consent of the president is required. Okay, in the next slide I will show you. Here there it is written that in order to bring all these changes to any of the states, the prior consent of the president is required. No bill can be laid in the House of Parliament with the prior approval of the President of India. So that is the reason that the consent is required, and president need to consult with the state which is affected, for which a change is made, but the consent of that state is not binding on the president. Okay, it is on the will of the president whether to follow the suggestions of that state or no or not, and the president is not bound by the views of that state. So here it is written, in case of a state bill contemplating the above change can be introduced in the parliament only with the prior recommendation of the president. Before recommending the bill, the president has to refer the same to the legislature concerned and expressing its views with a specific period. Okay, and the president is not bound by the views of the state legislature, and in case of union territories, president is not bound by taking any of the suggestion the of the union territory concerned. Okay, now another important thing, laws made under article 2 and 3 to provide for the amendment of the first and the fourth schedule supplemental included and consequential matters. What does it mean? Suppose whenever there is any law which is tabled on the bill on the floor of the house and needs to make some changes in article 2 and article 3, so it is required that whenever you make some changes altering the border of any state, you need to amend schedule 4 of the constitution, because in schedule 4 all the seats allocated to Rajya Sabha are mentioned. So it is mandatory to you can say amend schedule 4 as well wherever you amend article 2 and article 3. And did any change done you can say for this purpose will not be regarded as an amendment to the constitution, meaning union can change the name, union can alter the boundary at any point of time without doing amendment to the constitution. You can simply do so by just a simple legislation with a simple majority. Okay, now how states are administered? Article 239 to 241 says that states are administered by the president of India, and president of India administer the state with the administrators who work as his agent. So there is a lieutenant governor in case of Delhi, Pondicherry, Andaman, Jammu and Kashmir, and Ladakh. Whereas in case of Chandigarh, Dadar, Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep, there is no lieutenant governor. There is a person called administrator, okay, who administer these union territories. And Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, and Pondicherry are the three union territories that are governed by legislative assemblies and the council of ministers who are responsible for the administration of these union territories. Okay, so the constitution does not contain any separate provision for the administration of acquired territories. As you know, India can acquire any territory at any point of time, but in our constitution there is no provision laid that what will be the process of the governance of that acquired territory, who will rule upon By what method? Nothing is mentioned. So this is all about part 1, article 1 to 4. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, my number is given in the description box. You can join the Telegram channel and download all the notes. Thank you for watching my video. Thanks a lot.